Comic Con New York 2011 kicked off its press and professionals only day on Thursday, October 13th, and it got off to a rocking start with the debut of the new comic, The Key of Z, by Coheed And Cambria frontman Claudio Sanchez, and musical sets by DJ Z-Trip and Tom Morello. It was also a chance for the professionals and press to meet some of the artists before the convention was open to the general public. Sanchez, who already has a successful line of comics with Amory Wars, talked about his new line of comics.
Well, right now, actually, we've doubled our booth space, which is pretty exciting. I mean, in terms of our titles, we've got more to offer. You know, whether it be Amory Wars, Key of Z, Kill Audio, the figures, Coheed merchandise. Well, right now, actually, we're debuting Key of Z, which is a zombie apocalypse story that takes place in New York City. All of the stadiums around Manhattan Island, like Yankee Stadium, Citi Field, Madison Square Garden, they're all colonized, and the factions inside them are basically warring for control of Manhattan Island.
Morello signed copies of his new comic, titled Orchid, for members of the press and professional community, and later played as the Nightwatchman. He talked about playing at Comic-Con and being at the Occupy Wall Street rally earlier that day in New York City.
But sometimes when you're at the barricades, like I often find myself, or whether you're at Occupy Wall Street, like I found myself at noon today, sometimes your best friend at the barricade or in the trenches is a friend with 6 strings. This is called Black Spartacus Heart Attack Machine. This song I like to send out to all my good friends at Dark Horse who are putting out my comic Orchid, which is pretty exciting. And thank you for making me feel welcome in the comic world. You know, I grew up, full disclosure, grew up full Star Trek, Dungeons and Dragons, all the way up. No, you can't hide from it. You either gotta own it or you gotta, I own it. So being like in the comic book world is something it's been a long time coming. I'm happy to be here, so thank you very much. And check out Orchid. It's a buck. It's a friggin' recession-busting buck, and you got a jam on top.
Lastly, at Comic-Con New York City 2011, it was the illustrators' chance to step out and meet with their adoring fans. Comic-Con continues this weekend through Sunday, October 16th, with special appearances from Mark Hamill, Lou Ferrigno, a panel on the new film The Avengers, and Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes, who return with a panel, Jay and Silent Bob Get Old.
Save the hammer for the man. It's the calling of the wretched. It's the rising of the damned. Save the hammer for the man.